Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Gemini energy. I'm going to do a top row where it's going to be for those of you that are currently harnessing high vibrational Gemini energy, giving yourself love and compassion and forgiveness so you can keep moving forward towards your dreams. And then we're going to do a row for the people who are probably rejecting you because they reject positive Gemini energy within themselves. So they, like tends to hang out with like. And we're going to see what's going on with them. And we're also going to look at it from the perspective of that, we're all trying to balance Gemini energy within us all the time because we do have this dualistic nature within us. So we'll read it kind of from the perspective of how we just kind of try to balance that within ourselves. And then we'll take a little deeper look of how it might be playing out in people's lives. I did get some archetype cards here. So those of you in positive Gemini energy, you are not prostituting yourselves. You are stepping up to, you're showing people how people can survive without negotiating the power of your spirit, of your soul, of your belief systems. Other people place material considerations and security above their own self-empowerment. And the shadowy people right now they place financial gain and control over like spiritual insight, seeing the truth of things, There is more to life than just money and image and reputation. We're meant to be deeply emotional, fully functional human beings who are creative and inspired, and maybe you could come up with all sorts of ideas of things to do in our life if we didn't have self-limiting beliefs and we believed in ourselves. Yes, the people of the past, the people who, the people who are in shadowy Gemini energy right now, which is our belief system. Gemini is our air sign energy that makes us and helps us to communicate and think about love and how to manifest our dreams into reality. The people who are in shadowy Gemini right now, the reason for their reading is the devil. So they definitely didn't pick love. Okay, so how we all can struggle with Gemini energy, which is, do we believe in love? Do we believe in equal give and take in relationships? Do we have hope, faith, and belief? Do we believe we have all the resources to manifest our dreams into reality? If we do, we have Leo, brave, fiery, Queen of Wands action that says, I'm ready to step into the spotlight of my life. I am brave and confident. If we don't, we step into our fears and our insecurities, and we're afraid of being seen and being authentic. So these are the two sides of our nature that we try to balance out in every zodiac sign. But for this one in Gemini, it talks about, are you going to speak your emotional truth? Or are you going to maybe just kind of keep waiting and just keep trying to balance out the past hurts and never really maybe move forward, maybe really never take the time to learn and educate yourself about all the different possibilities of seeing things from other people's perspective to, increase what you know about philosophy and belief wise? Are we willing to speak the truth and see the truth and, well, I guess that kind of speak and see and know? Or are we just going to go through life presenting the illusion that we're putting up a strong front, but really we don't feel strong and brave inside? Are we willing to see all the emotional possibilities and with truth and clarity that we have, be able to see through illusions? Or are we always going to be stuck in two minds and we never know what really is the truth? Should we go about things a shady way or should we go about it in a loving way? If you still don't see the truth and you still want to live an illusion, you're always going to be torn between these two, truth or illusion. Are we willing to be stable and self-sovereign and claim our own independence where, the world or outside of us at our home and our work and wherever can do whatever they want. We don't have any control over them, but we don't have to let their free will choices affect our own sense of stability. We can decide I am responsible myself for my own sense of security and stability. I have added to my own foundation. I have my own core beliefs. And yes, if people outside of me do things that are hurtful or unkind, you got to deal with it, but it doesn't have to rock your foundation of yourself. Are we going to do that, or are we going to kind of stay more in our emotions and maybe choose to just be a little more emotionally detached, maybe in some black and white thinking, and turn our back to the future and not be willing to move forward? Are we willing to take creative, inspired, bold action in our life, or are we going to be defensive? Are we going to pause to consider what we want to invest in before we take fiery, determined action? Or are we just going to kind of, I don't know, make decisions, overarching decisions in our life based on defensiveness and not really knowing the truth and being in denial and wanting to stay in denial because our fears and insecurities make us, and our past wounding just keep us repeating past patterns and possibly being controlling in relationships because of our fear. So that's kind of how we try to balance this. But let's go take a look. Positive Gemini has their emotional Queen of Swords sword up in there, facing the future. It's like if people are going to come towards you, they better not come with any illusions. They better come with the truth, because you are going to see it. Are they going to try to present an illusion like, oh look, I'm single, and oh, I'm stable and abundant, and oh no, I'm self-sovereign. I'm not codependent on other people like my original family or my friends or all the rest of the world. Do they stand on their own feet, or are they just trying to present an illusion? So you have your sword up again, that Nine of Pentacles. Somebody else, because that Queen of Cups is down here in the shadowy energy, you are probably in positive Gemini energy. You are independent on your own, not codependent on others. Well, that person walked away because they still need somebody to enable and mother them. And they're hoping their dreams will come into reality from that partnership. And you know that. You are clear. Well, what is the truth? Or maybe what is Gemini's truth? Gemini's truth is, I know my dreams are going to come into reality. I want a loving, happy, reciprocal, joyful, kind, giving, long-term happy family who works together with me, and we work together in that energy so that we can all offer love to the future and be willing to put in the work and effort to build our long-term stability and success. The other person, if you're dealing with someone else before who, well, we'll stop here and tell you about the enabling thing. Everything has to be balanced in the universe. So if you became kind of self-sovereign and stable within yourself, and you are working with someone who's tipped over into shadow, they needed you to enable them, or they need you to be in the same kind of energy with them. And since you weren't, in order for you to stay in the relationship with them, you have to enable them. You have to like feed them and mother them because they're not giving themselves the love and forgiveness and compassion to get themselves emotionally balanced to move forward. And so maybe because you weren't willing to do that, they walked away to go to a Queen of Cups Scorpio type energy who will mother them because they're not taking responsibility like to mother themselves, and nurture themselves and take responsibility for their own emotional needs. Um, so that person probably got in a shadowy relationship and they're trying to balance out their emotions and be strong. What is the Seven of Cups? You can see all the emotional possibilities that, gosh, when I get myself out of fear and self-limiting beliefs and all of that, I can see all these possibilities of my life that I want to have come true. And the other people, they're in denial of that. They're still in illusions and delusions. And so you see all the emotional possibilities because you have balanced out your emotions. And with that Sagittarius Temperance card, you are educating yourself. Sagittarius is fire energy, but it's passionate about learning and growing and understanding. So, you're using your fire energy to educate yourself about philosophy and belief systems and higher education and just seeing all the possibilities. What was the Ace of Wands? You want an inspired new beginning. In the past, you might have dealt with some people that were very competitive, and that was the truth of their foundation. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to be in relationships with people who want to treat me like a competitor. I'm supposed to be like a friend and a lover and a partner. So, um, you could have also had some inner conflict about this, but you are with this, as you keep moving forward and this new inspiration, you've gotten yourself stable and solid now, and you've seen through the illusion, and you know what you want to work for. That as you work through your inner conflict, of what new thing, because we're on the one Ace of Wands here, there's five Ace of Wands. Once you kind of work through, there might be a lot of things we want to work on, but if other people aren't willing to work with us on it, you're going to have to go for the one that you can with on your own. Or if you do need people to work with you, you might have to go for the project where you can get people to work with you to work on it. And when you work through the conflict, you might have new inspiration about this conflict. Part of it could have been a competitive energy within yourself. Maybe if there was someone that you were dealing with before that could have walked away and gave the illusion that they're doing whatever they're doing. It's like, let them be in their confusion and their illusion because that's the life they free willingly chose to be right now. You have an idea that you're going to work on, from your own foundation. And when you pause to consider what you're investing in, I was just going to show you the bottom of the deck. We had the Ten of Wands. Kind of, you have a new idea. You've been working and giving a lot of effort to something, all your creativity. And because you were willing to finish out that cycle with the Ten of Wands on the bottom of the deck, you now have this new inspiration. That's what we got to do. We got to keep going and keep persevering to try to figure things out. It is possible that some people that maybe used to be in shadowy Gemini before, they were defensive of people who were independent. They thought because they were in shadowy energy before, they kind of present an image, because they're not really coming from an energy of love and authenticity. So they think everybody else is presenting an image too. So I have these mirrors here, we tend to view the outside world like we view ourselves. And the people over here that are coming from like loving, kind, generous energy, when they look out at the world, they think the world's like them. And sometimes you get in relationships with people and you both see the world differently. So this person before could have been defensive and walked away because before they thought it was an illusion that somebody was being independent. They might have thought it was almost like a manipulative tactic. But now I think they're seeing through it and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like they just completely view the world differently than I had before. But now I am seeing through the illusion and I am becoming self abundant. And now, instead of all this inner conflict and this competitive nature, it's like, I don't have to compete with anyone. It's like, no, you don't have to compete with anyone. The biggest person you're competing with in life is yourself. It's a big job just to keep yourself emotionally balanced, and keep yourself moving forward and being positive. That it's not to be in relationships with people and compete with them. It's for both people to be responsible for their own stability and their own sense of security, so they're not codependent on other people. See, when people are codependent on others, it makes them very competitive because it's like, well, I need you to give me these things, and the other person's like, yeah, but I need you to give me these things, because nobody knows how to do it for themselves. And they get very competitive with each other, of tit for tat kind of relationship. So I think some of those people could be seeing the truth now of like, ding, 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 ding. And I'm going to start working on a new foundation. I'm going to consider what I'm going to invest in. And now realizing, oh my gosh, I can take emotionally bold, confident action in my life when I get myself balanced and I quit worrying about competing with anyone else in the world. It's like, yeah, this is your life, your race, all on your own. There's other people in the world, and seeing things from the bigger picture instead of being it all about them against the world. It's like, gosh, maybe if I help other people learn how to be stable and abundant within themselves and quit competing with everyone, maybe we can all help other people see the bigger picture and have hope, faith, and belief in healing. And if everybody has hope and belief and believes they can pursue their dreams and they have hope and faith, we're going to have a much better world. So while everybody pauses to consider what they're going to invest in, interesting. Gemini is wondering what to invest in. Gemini is the Seven of Pentacles, could be looking back at somebody going through this process, and in between them and this person is this Ace of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles person could be looking at this person, males or females. Since it depicts feminine energies on the cards, it's people who are emotionally stable and abundant, and people who are emotionally considering investing from their emotions. This is kind of interesting, though. I think what they're wondering is, should I just invest in like materialism and be like a Libra Taurus energy in kind of a shadowy way, I would say, where I just indulge myself in the luxuries of life? Or do I tap into my Pisces emotions and creativity and try to see things from other people's perspectives and go within and do the Virgo hermit work to gain insight and understanding about the past and myself and others, so that when I come out, I'm more wise and I can then move forward in this emotionally confident manner, seeing things from the bigger picture. If they don't choose the higher vibrational way of going about life, they're going to choose the lower vibrational, shadowy side of Libra Taurus, where it's just more about luxury and wealth and stability. And then they'll take emotionally manipulative action to make them to get their wish to come true. You know, we take action to make our wishes come true depending on, it's just, well, hopefully this person, ick, sounds kind of ugly. It shouldn't just, well, here they have to be willing to do the work. They must have some opportunity here that is financially stable and abundant and wealthy. Um, are they going to do that and just kind of live more like a shallow life? Or are they going to be willing to do the work and effort to have a truly abundant life? You know, where instead of being emotionally manipulative and make decisions that are selfish and just about you, you know, you try to see things from other people's perspectives. And, you know, you do the work in order to maybe get more of an Aquarian humanitarian viewpoint. Why are they at the end of the reading? I don't even like them in the top line of the Gemini Lovers card. Of the positive Geminis, though, you are just considering what to invest in next. You wouldn't be doing this in a shadowy way. You would decide to invest in, I want to have a very solid, stable foundation. You already were a Nine of Pentacles. Again, you could be a positive Gemini looking at this single person who's stable and abundant, who in the past could have been betrayed because they saw the truth that somebody wanted to fulfill their dreams by looking to the past, and they turned their back on a happy family and offering love and putting in work and effort. And this person has seen through the illusion and confusion and balanced out their emotions, and now they are stable and abundant. And a person who maybe could be a very stable and abundant person who is surrounded by the luxuries of life as a positive Libra Taurus is now maybe looking at this person wondering if they should invest in them. But in order to move forward with this person, because this person is definitely moving forward in positive Gemini energy, because that is the tarot reading we're doing right now. And the Gemini is going to do this and say, I'm investing in these in positive, and I'm going to come to peace within the two sides of myself. And in order to do that, between wanting to have justice and fairness and hard work and effort, and come from the energy of unconditional love and creativity and inspiration, and have stability and abundance, I need to be someone who's at peace within myself, who does do this work. So if this person comes, you make sure they've done the work. You make sure they are someone who has gained insight and wisdom about the past, that they do see things from a bigger picture, that they are willing to take emotionally bold and confident action, that they are willing to see things from other people's perspectives, because we certainly don't want to move forward who have a wish of going forward with a long-term plan where they go within and hide emotionally and don't gain insight and wisdom and just want to be with a happy family. No. Positive Gemini, I'll put an end to that. maybe this person is thinking they would have to make an offer to go within to gain insight and wisdom about what it means to be in a happy family, so they could put an end to maybe being someone who used to emotionally indulge himself and just tried to look like they were successful moving forward, being surrounded by the finer things in life, but they really weren't willing to fight for the truth. You know, they backstab the truth in order to emotionally indulge himself and just have a surface, shallow life. So if that's somebody who did that to you, Gemini, ooh, I'm gonna got some explaining to do. Where are we at? 24 minutes? Okay, let's see. For the people who did decide to be shadowy, which it might be that Seven of Pentacles person looking at you, somehow they snuck up into your road to try to get in your line of fire. What are they trying to balance their emotions out about? Ah, that they had a wish of being in third party type situations or triangulated relationships that aren't really equal, give and take, reciprocal relationships because they were defensive of being held accountable for their actions because they juggle and play games and don't really invest. And the Seven of Wands, defensive also. Tell us about being, well, what are they trying to be strong about? They're trying to be strong about the fact that they present themselves as a loving King of Cups, emotional water sign in relationships, but then those foundations get fall down because actually they maybe more want to be a King of Pentacles, and oh yeah, they had illusions of victory, so they offered a new beginning to a King of Pentacles or to be a King of Pentacles, more of the 3D world. So, and if they got in another relationship, they were trying to balance out their emotions because they had a dream and a wish of maybe being with this person. But because they were defensive and guarded and being strong, things could have fallen apart because the person they got in a relationship with, the King of Pentacles, um, they're kind of under the same illusions and delusions as they are. And they were offered a new beginning, maybe to look more victorious if they moved away to another emotional option. So they took swift action to do it. So now this person could be in two minds about things. It's like, well, shoot. I previously turned my back on making a decision and being defensive to having a new beginning. And I was defensive about investing in the past. Tell us about the Two of Swords. They were in two minds about, do I emotionally learn my lessons, or do I just put an end to all this and keep repeating the same old past cycles? What will be their truth? What does the Queen of Cups have to say? You know, the person they were with possibly also wanted to move forward in this relationship and they didn't want to. Now they don't know what to do. What a tangled web we weave when we first whatever to deceive. They're looking back at what has happened in their shadowy relationship. Their mind, they're tapped into their Scorpio nature. Maybe their Scorpio nature put an end to this shadowy relationship. Maybe they're getting the message that if you keep repeating past patterns and ignoring love, of course, their mind, if they're in shadowy energy and they keep looking to the past, it's like their mind says, keep repeating past patterns of the past, because if you don't, someone could ignore your love offer and you'll be the one left in regret. So you should just keep repeating past patterns of the past and kind of ignore the love of a happy family and being in a happy family because you're defensive and you want to be the boss. What is this defensiveness? They're defensive that possibly any former partners that they have turned their back on them and they offered their emotions to being a bossy emperor. They're defensive to emotionally nurturing themselves so that they can move forward from an energy of love, because the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who nurtures and grows a family and actually emotionally nurtures absolutely everything they grow in their life. You know, if it's job, if it's a project, they're emotionally nurturing and loving. They always bring things into fruition. And they could be defensive of doing that. They could also be defensive of leaving behind their love of money because their shadow attribute was placing financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. So, this too can be somebody who's emotionally only invests in money, and they're defensive of offering love to the future so that they could make true emperor decisions in their life that are the best for everyone involved, because this person right now is in shadow devil energy, or they want to be with a Capricorn that maybe is in toxic energy too, I would kind of suppose, because like attracts like. So, or they want to be with someone who is in the same type of energy with them, where it's all about money, materialism, power, control. And this person had the Emperor show up twice, and they want to repeat past patterns of the past. Let's ask why. Let's see, what's a fresh deck? This one. Why would somebody want to keep repeating? Oh, the Emperor here, the bottom of the deck is the devil card, and they have their back to it. The shadow devil card can also be about putting in work and effort, and this person maybe doesn't want to put work and effort. Why does the Emperor want to keep repeating past cycles? Because of their Libra, Taurus, Pisces, Cancer nature. They want to be surrounded by the finer things in life, and keep the High Priestess also talks about keeping things hidden. And the Pisces moon card, that talks about secrets also. So they want to be a Libra Taurus energy. They don't normally, the Empress would be somebody who gives birth to new ideas, new creativity, new ways of being, new ways of thinking. They're just so abundant because they do everything from the energy of love. They're creative, they're inspiring, tapped into that fire energy. But this person's in shadow. So this person is missing the unconditional love component. They're in the selfish, me love component. So their sense of justice and fairness is only about themselves and wanting to be surrounded about luxuries that they have decided that, and materialism, because Taurus is also about an earth sign. Nothing. There's nothing inherently wrong with Libra or Taurus energy. It's just how you choose to, if you do it in an off balanced way or a balanced way. And they have things hidden, and they're in toxic Capricorn energy. What are they keeping secret? And if something did go wrong with the relationship they got into with a King of Pentacles, who is also a Capricorn energy, and the reason for their reading here is Capricorn energy. If something did go wrong, they are still trying to reconcile this relationship. What are they keeping secret? Oh, that they turned their back on maybe a happy family that offered them love if they were willing to get good boundaries to protect the future. And this person decided, no, I'm going to tap into my Aries King of Wand fiery nature, and I'm just going to do whatever it is that gets me motivated and up off the couch. And in this case, it seems to be materialism and being surrounded by luxuries in life. And I'm going to go emotionally indulge myself in my shadowy Scorpio nature and be with someone who I want to emotionally indulge me. Interesting, Gemini. Well, I hope that's not that same person then. Maybe this is just you deciding before you take your bold, confident action, you're really going to get your foundation stable. then you're going to emotionally give birth to being at balance within yourself and peace within yourself. Tap into your Pisces nature, intuitive, creative, inspired nature. Do your Virgo thing to gain insight and wisdom about the past. And then you will take your emotionally bold, confident action and either towards an Aquarius or a Virgo to have, or in those energies yourself to have that long term happiness. So there you go. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.